Okay, I said we are up and running. T minus 0. Here we go. Okay, good morning, good morning. It's Thursday morning here. You know what we're doing? Just be a quiet stream here. I'm almost finished this block. The next project actually is coming up very closely. It'll probably be ready here in a couple of days. But for today, we're still chewing away in this block. It's Thursday. I'm here by myself. There's no guests this morning. Cameron, I believe, should be around his normal time, about halfway through the stream. And in case I forget to bring it up at that time, please remind me when he gets here. We are going to have a show and tell today. And it is a good one. It's actually a bit difficult because these are rather large objects. And we got what may turn out to be the best show and tell of the year. I'm not sure, whatever. It's a package of prints that came Tuesday night, I guess. Tuesday night? Yeah, Tuesday night. And this may be the best thing that we've scored this year. Wonderful, wonderful package of prints. Very unusual stuff. I didn't even know this thing existed before I saw it the other day. And we got it. We'll show it to you. Paper's out. Yes, only one package today. They're so lazy. There's nobody in there today. Bei Chan's working upstairs. She's working on another batch of the gift prints. Part of the ones that I made myself, that I started the other day myself. There are now 4 of them working on that. I did the key block twice. I did a batch of 150 and then another 150 on Tuesday. And the kids upstairs are working batches of 75 at a time. Bei-chan, Suga-san, Kawai-san, Ishikawa-san all have 75 each. More questions. What's going on already? Zoom. I think I'm kind of zoomed in. Can we get any closer than this? I don't know. A bit more, I guess. Well, that's about the limit of it. Afternoon stream, John Becker. Is John Amos here today? I'm not sure if he would be. I don't remember his name on the stream here. Asking about the Baron, his Tanuki Baron, which we tested yesterday quite extensively in the print party room. I'm not sure if I should, I mean, it's a product in development. Is it fair to me to talk about it too much? The good points, bad points? I'm not really quite sure. The shop over the last few days has been it's been fun. It's been busy. Parties are just pretty much sold out every day. There's usually some cancellations. If you look on the calendar, they're sort of sold out a week in advance, and then over the few days before any given day, some slots open up because people, they change their travel plans and they move around a lot. But any given day really does end up being totally sold out by the time it gets it. I was complaining quite a lot yesterday. It's Wednesday yesterday. And we normally have 3 good, competent staff. Shiba-san, it can't be for today because it's already sold out. Shiba-san and her 2 assistants usually run it. Shiba-san's run the parties, and Audrey-san and Evelyn are her backups, her assistants. And the 3 of them together usually run Wednesday parties. So I don't have to do it. I show up, say hello to the people, and the girls run the parties, and I get a lot of other work done. But yesterday, both Evelyn and Audrey cancelled out. So Shiba-san was only here by herself, so I had to step in and do all the parties yesterday. And I was trying to get paper ready for our printers. My job, I did sizing the day before, so I was supposed to get the paper all cut and ready and dimensioned and stuff. And none of that happened because I was doing the parties. So things cascade. And 2 girls book off sick. I got to do the parties. Now the printers are waiting an extra day for their paper. And one of them was just sitting there. She has never paper yet, and she's just sitting, totally wasting a day's work. All because somebody else just got careless and booked off. So today my fingers are crossed that the people who are supposed to be here will actually show up. What's this? What's this? What?
Yeah.
What? What?
What time is it?
8:12. You're supposed to be in bed.
Yeah. No. But
What happened? Earthquake shake you out of bed this morning?
no, I woke up early. There. So,
Cameron is so eager to get here and work.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Right, okay.
What's the car place? Tried to take it in again last night to get the car looked at, and the guy came outside and talked with me and said, "We actually aren't open, so come back tomorrow." No, yesterday they just closed early. Google Maps said they're open till 7:30, but they're actually only open till 5:30. So I came at 6 o'clock.
Gotcha.
And he said, "Well, we aren't open. Yeah, bring in your car sometime tomorrow. We open at 10. I'm like, "Okay, so I can come into work 3 hours late, or I can leave a half hour."
Gotcha. So you're just you're staggering your time.
Yeah, staggering the time a little bit.
And before I forget, there are a couple of things today.
Yes.
Excuse me, gang. I'm going to remind Cameron about a work thing here.
Type things down.
Yeah, I know. We have forgotten. We haven't even started to get the tax manual ready yet. After the incorporation's over, we have to go to the tax office and refile to be a tax-free shop again.
Got it.
We talked about that, which is okay.
Yes.
But as part of the refiling, we have to prepare a staff tax-free manual. We did this 5 years ago.
Okay.
We have to show them that all of our staff understands the procedures. We have to prepare a manual in all the languages that we expect customers to come in, as in English, Japanese, and Chinese. And we did this 5 years ago, but it was easy because the tax office in Kabe, where I live, had never done this before. I looked up online, found a sample, copied the sample, took it in, and she said,
"It's way better than anything I've ever seen."
No. She just said, "Why are you bringing this?" And I said, "It's in the regulations," because they had never done a tax. I was their first customer.
Right.
So whatever I said just went through. But now we're going to be dealing with Taitoku.
And they have dealt with a few.
Anyway, the point being, we do have to get this manual ready because as part of our application, we have to put the manual in with the application.
Got it.
So I'll have to dig up the data from 5 years ago to see what we did, get online, find out the new regulations, and get it done. And I totally forgot. And I don't think Aoyama-san's been working on this. So over to you. whatever. Let's work on this together. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Just I had to,
Tax regulation manual.
Yeah, and it's a staff manual. It's our manual to show that we have ability to train our staff to do this properly. And we have to prove to them that we have this ability. They're talking about Twitch stuff, so it's good. They're on their own for a minute anyway. Oh, you're blocking the street view. Soka. Anyway, yeah, whatever. I'm going to turn over to you, and I'll turn this around. Right.
Don't want to look at my ears or whatever.
Anyway, sorry about the interruption, but I was in my shower this morning, and the tax manual. I mean, that's the kind of showers I get.
Yeah. Get ready for some major show and tell. They're saying something interesting.
It's that
okay.
The show.
Box
so it'll be a bit
okay.
big, and we'll have to get the table organized. Whatever. So let's save a half an hour for that. So maybe around 9 o'clock or something.
Okay.
Did I mention to you it was, when was it? What's today? Today's Thursday, so Wednesday. The 3 guys from Twitch that came the other day, were you in on that conversation? Or
from Twitch itself?
Twitch itself. So we were closed Tuesday, so it must have been Monday, late Monday afternoon or evening. maybe it was in the evening after the shop was technically closed, but I was still here. I was here with Kira-san was still here also. So it must have been about, 5:30 or 6 o'clock Monday evening.
Yeah.
But a few guys came in, just 30 or age, 30 age or whatever. And they had just been going down the street, and they had seen our poster outside that has YouTube, Kickstarter, Twitch, this kind of stuff. They came in, and they're like, "What is this? What's going on? What do you mean Twitch? What, game, blah 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 blah." And sure, they work for Twitch, all three of them.
Cool.
And doing something, whatever. I don't know their details, but they told me. They didn't even make sure they didn't have their work stuff with them.
Yeah.
Interesting guys, fun guys. Just we chat about this, not this, not this, not.
Yeah.
And they instantly got their phones out and subscribed to our channel and stuff like this, and whatever. And then I guess the conversation came up is, well, where's your partner deal? What's blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And the conversation then came like, we haven't done this partner thing.
Right.
And so they said like, what? You don't have enough subscribers yet? I said, no, we're kind of well past that. The Twitch emails keep coming and trying to set us up partner. And after a conversation about it with these guys, they were all, look, you should do this. Your fans out there want to subscribe. You should be part of this.
Yeah.
And I was coming back to them with it, but I don't want to ask for money stuff. And they said, you really don't get it. You really don't get it.
Yeah.
And they said if I really was worried about that I didn't want to be seen to be taking money from younger people who are here learning about woodblock making, blah, blah. They said just do a deal where it goes straight to charity. That's built into the Twitch system.
Yeah.
I guess they have these events now and then. There's a Twitch
the 24 hours
or whatever, and where most of the streamers do. The money that comes in during that time donate it to some specific charity, whatever.
Quoting Gummy says, Twitch wants money from your viewers, Dave.
Whatever. I mean, it wasn't a cynical conversation. They were, they have their agenda, their point of view, and I had mine, and they were very friendly. But I think the take I got from their discussion was that by my refusal to do this was hurting my fans. That this is what the fans want to do. And whatever. I mean, we've heard a lot of feedback on the channel here. People, where can I subscribe? Where can I subscribe? Where can I subscribe? So there absolutely is something there.
Yeah. Dexter Wargan.
Dexter. Yeah. I haven't heard that name in a while. Wow.
Said, a laser cutter would be so much faster. So I'm going to send a link to the Ginza and the Rain print so they can take a look. This isn't made by us, but a print that is indeed cut by
yes, I mean, what
laser,
we're doing
printed
here,
by hand still.
If you're a new person who don't know what's going on, clearly, again, without shooting at you or being sarcastic, we know that a lot of printing can be done with modern technologies. I mean, the Gutenberg people and whatever, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, brought high technology of the day to the printing business. And we know there are many high technologies that can be involved in producing images on paper, of course. The one we're doing here today is not in any way intended to be the super high efficient technical way of putting images on paper.
Yeah.
It has different aspects. The reason we're doing this is for different things than just quickly getting some shape onto a piece of paper. And technical efficiency is not the end game of what we're trying to do here. What we're looking for is a very high human touch process with a very high analog, analog-based result and process.
Donating Twitch income to charity while still offering emotes and is not such a bad compromise, people are saying.
Not such what?
Not such a bad idea, or not a bad compromise.
And again, I'm not sitting here to
Redirected it
reject the
toward
whole thing.
charity,
I'm open to discussion. I'm thinking about it. I mean, it's not a high priority for us because we're just so freaking busy and we don't want to change our setup right now.
Yeah.
But
did you mention that the Twitch guys mentioned it was hurting your viewers if they couldn't do it, because Coding Gummy said, "No, it doesn't hurt us. We saved the money and put it toward your prints." And John Becker said, "How does it hurt viewers if you don't do subscriptions?"
So. I don't think hurt. If I said that, maybe it's the wrong word. I mean, hurt. I know the point by not having a subscription, we're going against the Twitch culture. People wanted to feel that they were supporting the people that they were watching. So I think if I said the word hurt, I'm sorry, it's wrong. Whatever. I don't know. The culture has a certain way of doing things. And if it was a different place and time, if this was X years ago when I was working by myself and I was having trouble paying my kids' way through college and stuff, which were true many, many years ago, then this may seem like a really good way to do this. I'm showing the skills that I learned from years ago. People would help contribute to keep that thing going. I get it, seen from outside. My problem now is that we are actually an ongoing, flourishing, thriving business.
Yeah.
And to sit there with my hand, with my cap out, saying, like, please help us. And the next question you ask is, why Patreon? And we set up the Patreon campaign for a very specific purpose, to help us grow and provide capital for our business in ways that we just can't do through organic means. Because we have no access to capital here, as in for financing growth.
Yeah.
So the Patreon thing, I think, is quite a different thing than sitting here asking Twitch people to make donations to help keep this channel going. So anyway, I'm not arguing the point. I'm just, I put it up on the table because they were all very much, they were more knowledgeable about the ecosystem than I am, and they had their viewpoints.
Coding Gummy says, "It's your pension fund, Dave." Someone said, "Pension? No, it's the sake fund."
People keep giving us bottles of sake, and they keep a bunch of them in your office.
They just sit there.
They just sit there. We don't know what to do with them. Whatever. Neither do I. I can't crack a bottle of sake in the evening. Give me a break. So.
I'll be right over and help with the sake problem. Thanks, KP.
Actually, we should. Now you bring it up now. Why didn't you bring it up while you were here, KP? Didn't you see the bottle sitting there?
Yeah.
The thing is, neither camera.
That print on it, right? That one?
Yeah. So. The thing is, neither Cameron nor I are drinkers. I mean, I drink a little tiny bit. I'll have a beer with dinner. Cameron doesn't drink at all.
Yeah.
And so you're talking to the wrong two guys here to handle this thing. But now and then, in the gifts that we get given, sake is part of it. So actually, there's actually a bottle of whiskey under the cupboard the computer's sitting on right now. And this is a young man who was from Germany, and they run a distiller. I think we might have talked about this on stream once before. Anyway, as he left, he had been a YouTube viewer and whatever, and he brought. And this is apparently. Yeah, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Is it down this side or that side? I was going to show
Have I talked too much? Okay, go ahead.
But I don't see it.
Bottom left. You can, if you can't see, you can just stick your arm in way back in the bottom. Okay, let's promote it. Yeah. Good. Okay.
So we've got a nice fan who's
we had a great print party, and he'd been watching YouTube videos, and he brought this bottle with him to leave with us. And apparently, I can't say it's very, very expensive, but it was their good stuff. It wasn't something he was just, here, we can't get rid of this and drink it.
Yeah.
He was quite proud of it.
Yeah.
And I told him clearly that I'm really not a whiskey
drinker.
Well, no, I'm not a connoisseur or whatever. Yeah. Or whatever. And in my own, I don't have a liquor cabinet or whatever. So can we get it? Can we show what it is?
That camera's much bigger.
You want me to do this? Okay. Here we are, Japanese printmaking stream.
Yeah.
Bringing you
German whiskey.
And I remember the conversation now. He was really quite proud of this. And
the Glen Elves.
Well, see, I asked about that when he was here. I said, wait. It's Glen something.
Yeah.
And you're in Germany. Isn't there EU rules about this sort of stuff, about who can use, like, you can't call Parmesan cheese unless it was made in Parma or whatever it is. And this says Glen. I mean, Glen is a Scots word referring to, what's a glen? A valley with a little brook running through it, And he said, no, we're okay with this. So I don't know. He kind of glossed over it, so I don't know.
The journey.
Once we got it, is there a website or something? Well, anyway, they found what it is. And anyway, not to be sarcastic or cynical, he brought me what he thought was a very, very nice gift, and it is a very, very nice gift. It's not really too suited to me because I don't just, enjoy a wee dram of an evening or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just not my character.
Handcrafted in the heart of Germany.
But at some point there will be an occasion here where this will come to life. And if I understand it, whiskey will sit there quite peacefully and happily for
A while.
until the right occasion comes up. The sake is a different story. We get those bottles of sake every New Year. And that's a type of sake that actually dies quite quickly. And if you don't drink it within some quite quick time period, it's done. And I remember we got a couple of bottles a few years ago, and we found them in Ishikawa and said, "Oh my God, whatever."
You wasted this stuff.
Yeah, he wasted this stuff. But this whiskey, I believe, will just sit there quietly until such time. John Becker is probably gonna. He's
already got a link to it.
No, but I mean, he's going to be here, and he's coming again this winter. I think he said January, February, or it was April. I can't remember, whatever. So John has got his next travel worked out. So we may have slipped up by showing that Cameron, whatever.
Yeah.
So
well, you weren't going to use it anyway.
Not by myself, anyway.
Yeah. Ours is the Journey Edition 2018. The link he sent was one thing. The Journey Edition 2019.
So this is not something like this sits there for 20 years. You make it and drink it and make it and drink it. Is that how it works?
Or maybe this is just this year's batch. I don't know what the term is.
And it should ideally sit for a number of years, or does whiskey work? They make it this year and you drink it this year? It's like, I thought it all had to age for
100 years.
Or the one that's being issued this year was actually started 10 years ago. They've been
That
aging
could be
it.
it, yeah. I don't know.
I'm not too knowledgeable about that stuff. So, for a stream of all whiskey, that you have two hosts here that are not.
Don't know anything about it.
My dad would be upset to hear this conversation. He had his favorites, a few favorites. He was no alcoholic, no heavy drinker at all. But when my dad was still alive a few years ago, we'd visit in Vancouver, and he'd have a little, like a half inch of something at the bottom of a glass before in the evening. And he had his favorites.
It's German. Obviously, it's good. She said, "I just need to find someone who would trade aged liquor for old prints."
Oh?
You just need to find someone who will trade aged liquor for aged prints.
Okay, I give them the liquor and they give me prints.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. No, the young man, whatever, who gave it to me, I know, again, there's nothing negative about the stall. He was very proud of it, and I appreciated the gesture and the present. We chatted about it at the time. I said, I'm not really knowledgeable about this. And he said, okay, it's great. Really taste it. Just enjoy it. So, fair enough. But I'm not going to crack a bottle of whiskey by myself and start drinking it here of an evening by myself.
See you next week.
Whatever. Just that doesn't make much sense. Together with somebody who knows something about it would make more sense.
Someone asked, carving the Bible? What you're doing now?
Well, it sort of looks like it, doesn't it? All this old text, but the content is a little bit different than biblical work. So this is honestly someone who's new here.
I think so, yeah.
Is the chat going to enlighten this person about the content of the text we are carving?
Yeah. Yeah, Gordon Gowmy just wrote a naughty one. Thanks.
Oh, I zoomed out, did I, for the bottle? Yeah, sorry about that. I always forget that,
It's okay. Does the paper supplier you have been talking to have an office on the other side of the Sumida River? No, the new person we've been talking to is
Paper supply, I mean, there's no paper
programming.
made in Tokyo, but
no paper made here.
But the Moriki-san's office is over there. It's over in Fukuoka somewhere. So Moriki-san, that's the place where Jed buys his paper.
Right.
The paper wholesaler. They're not made over there, but there's a paper wholesaler. Moriki paper. We don't get our printing paper from him. Mm-hmm. Jed gets all of his paper for his Jikle prints from Moriki-san.
Yeah. And we've talked with him a bunch. What did he say?
I'm not sure if he would be a good source for the people over there who have been trying to make woodblock prints, because Moriki-san is a major wholesaler. Like, he sells to Jed in batches of literally 3,000-4,000 sheets at a time.
Yeah.
On a pallet and stuff like this.
Right.
So writing to Moriki-san saying, can I buy 10 sheets of something for this? It's probably not going to happen. But I've chatted with him about that. I've told him there's a really super strong demand out there for small lot Japanese paper. You know, people that want to try Japanese printing.
And you're already buying so much, you could just sell off.
Whatever, if he had, you know, if he had the way to do the website and the money transfers and stuff. So. And his knowledge of overseas trading is extensive, but it goes back to the era when it's all bills of lading and FOB, you know, and pallets from the Yokohama freight terminals and stuff like this, not individual small lot transactions. You know. And we have that knowledge and capability, but he doesn't. And you know, I'd lightly chatted about this, but we just don't have the time to be able to transform ourselves into that kind of business. You know. He's an exporter of the old school. You know. Yeah. Perfect for Jeff. Perfect. You know. Yeah. They had one event somewhere. I mean, Jed's been buying paper from him for years and years and years since the Kickstarter campaign in 2012. And they had one experience, I guess something to do with the packing wasn't right, or a forklift hit a pallet wrong or something. Ooh. I don't know the background. Yeah. And Jed opens a package of like 2,000 sheets of paper.
Destroyed. And
it was destroyed as the forklift had rammed the corner of it or something, and all the corner of all these sheets were banged. Yeah. And Jed's like, I guess I have to suck this up and use it. And Jed, let's look at the bill of lading. And it's all insured through Mitsubishi Sumitomo foreign travel insurance, not, you know, shipping insurance, whatever. Yeah. So I said, just tell Moriki-san about it. He'll make the claim. He did, and the claim was made, and the insurance company paid for it, and that's exactly how it was supposed to work. Yeah. Nice.
He says, I'd buy way more than 10 sheets if I knew it was going to be good.
Yeah, that's the $64,000 question, of course. Yep. So would we. Every time we open a new pack, you know.
Let's see how it looks.
Let's see what it looks like. So, the answer is always the same. Always. It's degraded from the previous pack, period. I mean, it's a never-ending downwards-facing escalator. You know.
Baron Hen says, how uncommon is it to find Kuchie prints still in their original books or magazines?
Well, they're on Yahoo auctions every day of the week, every night of the week. There's 3 or 4 of them. They're not rare. They usually go for about a typical Bungei Club magazine with an average Kuchie in it, go for about 3,000 yen.
Oh, okay.
Or 4,000, whatever. I get an auction flag for that, and I see them every night. Put some of them into my watch list. I just keep a few upstairs in the collection, just so we can show what the Kuchie were and how they were used. You know. They're not rare at all.
Yeah. But they're nice.
Yeah, the thing is, most of the Kuchie were not really artistically interesting. You know, the ones that we see here and there, like we've got the chrysanthemums and this and that, that's cherry-picked, you know, of course. Yeah. They were published weekly, bi-weekly from many publishers over a period of, 10, 15, 20 years. And most of them are not artistically interesting at all. Yeah. There's a collection out there, the Asahi collection. He's got pretty much every one that was ever published. I think it's down to the last 2 or 3 or something. Wow. Because they were documented, those magazines had to be sent to the DIET Library, the National Public Library, to get their copyright registration. This is not old-time Edo, this is now, modern era, Meiji era. Right. And the publishers were following the modern rules, registering for copyright and stuff. So a copy of each of these magazines, at least one, maybe more, was deposited with the National Library as part of the copyright registration process. So researchers have had access to those things. So Asahi-san and other people who are researching the background of the Kuchie have access to, like, one of everything in there.
Wow.
So it's pretty much known, and that's the reason why Asahi-san started this collection, because it's one where you can try and get everything.
Yeah.
With the old Edo prints, nobody has any idea what was published, so you can't, let's collect the whole set. You can't do that. But with Kuchie, the magazine published Kuchie at least, there's a theoretical get the whole set out there. And he's been working in this for decades, many decades. Set completion, that's a virus,
Yeah.
Kept me alive for 20 years. Paid my bills for 20 years. Partly pays our bills now.
Yep. It's not an insignificant portion of our support. Tom 1060 asks, updates on the anniversary giveaway contest.
I worked on the programming last night, late, and I got the Ajax part of the like button thing sorted out, so it's coming in. Just give me a couple more days to get it together.
Coming together. Someone asked KP, what kind of paper is she looking for? She said, 100% Kozo, sized to perfection, tough and smooth, light off-white. Yeah, good luck. So, looking for the perfect paper. Just the perfect paper. Yep. Yeah. Us too.
The anniversary contest, I can toss some ideas out there. The programming of the website is coming along nicely, but there's still a couple of decisions that have to be made. Caption contest. The way it's sitting at the moment is I've proposed the idea of having 5 image designs out there, which people would put captions on. They can just put one if they like, or they can enter all 5, or whatever. It doesn't matter. There's 5 images on which people can enter a caption. And the idea is that every time you enter a caption, you are given, because there's 5 images, if you enter a caption for one of them, you are given in your database 4 likes, which over on the page where other people have put all their captions in, you can use your likes to vote on what you think are good ones. Yeah. You're not allowed to vote on your own, which is why out of the 5 prints, you put 1 caption in, you're given 4 likes to vote on the other 4 of the things. The structure would work like this. So as far as prizes go, we have a small prize pool of 10 Hunger Club prints in a little pool, and out of all the captions that come in, when you write 1 caption, you get 1 dib in this pool. If you enter 5 captions, you get 5 dibs in this pool. At the end of the contest, we just randomly draw 10 things for those 10 Hunger Club prints. That's the consolation prize. The grand prizes, there's 5 grand prizes, 1 for each of the images with their corresponding captions. Yeah. And the grand prizes will be, one of them is a subscription to next year's series. One of them is the scroll print with its Polonia box. One is a Hunger Club set box, a display stand with 10 prints inside it. And that's the third one. What's the 4th one and the 5th one? I can't remember.
These are not cheap prizes, though.
I can't remember the 4th one anyway. So $300 each for those. Those are 5 grand prizes. What I still haven't figured out how to do is how to award those 5 prizes. Is it simply to the caption that gets the most likes? Is it the top ranked caption? Or, I'm a bit nervous about that in the case of ballot stuffing. We're going to try and knock out same IPs, and the only people that can vote on this are people that have entered a caption in the first place. Yeah. So I don't think there's going to be ballot stuffing from outside. But you could get people that are just dumping one-word captions into our system, which gives them votes. They go over there and vote. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, rather than automatically have it pick the top one, because that could be maybe gamed, what I'm thinking, and I'm open to suggestions here, is at the end of the contest period, the 10 days or whatever it is, each of the 5 images with captions, we take, say, the top 3 or 4 or 5 ranked and put those into a bag and pull 1 out of that. So it could be the caption that was actually 5th ranked that won the prize. I don't know. I am open to suggestions. This is not nailed down yet.
When I win the grand prize, I'll be happy to take the scroll print. Thanks, John Becker.
Okay, but I wasn't thinking that there's going to be much choice about it, actually. There's 5 prizes, we're going to pick for prize number 1 among the top ranked captions.
Got it. I would have thought maybe the top person who submitted the top ranked comment or caption, contact them, say, which of these 5 grand prizes do you want? Then they choose the one that's most appealing to them.
Who gets priority? There's 5 of them, so how do I choose that? Who's going to get the first choice? Who gets first dibs?
Maybe because they're 5 separate. They weren't competing with each other.
Yeah.
Whoever writes back to us first. No. No.
I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to suggestions. None of this is nailed down,
Yeah.
If suppose a regular subscriber, somebody who subscribes to all our print series, won the subscription the next year, and it's a big deal. He doesn't have to pay next year; he gets a free subscription. So it's still, even if he was going to buy it anyway, it's free now. So that's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody won the scroll who's already got the scroll, then I'm open. Whatever. Oh, okay. Do you want a subscription the next year instead? Whatever. Who cares?
So even if they aren't competing directly with each other because they're for 5 different images, you could still do the one that got the most upvotes or likes. So that one could be the first to choose of the prizes.
Out of the 5, whichever, there's going to be 5 different numbers, so rank them.
Yeah. That's one suggestion people are getting.
I see. So contact that person first. You pick from these 5, and then unfortunately the 5th winner doesn't have any choice. He just takes the 5th.
Gets the 5th prize.
He, she, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Likes in some social media, not through any other social media thing. It's going to be a totally
internal
homemade system.
This is not logging with your
website.
Facebook account. No way.
But you're going to have to rely on a lot of CAPTCHA, people are suggesting.
Well, yes and no. What I was thinking was simple. Before you can put a caption in, you have to log in to the Mokuhankan system. At the moment, to do our shopping, you go to the Mokuhankan website, you do shopping, you have to log in. It's not like Amazon. It's an open shopping account with no barriers. There is actually a login system on our newer version of the website. We created a login system where you can make an ID and a password for the account. Totally optional. If you want, you can put your address in there. Totally optional. So that when you're doing the shopping, that stuff fills in automatically. It's also easier at this end because we know who you are. But it's optional. But what I was thinking of, and this is the way I've programmed it, is in order for you to type a caption in here and enter this content, you must first have a Mokuhankan login. You want to join this contest, make a Mokuhankan login, get a username, password, blah, 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 blah. You don't need your address, someone needs your username, email, and you make your own password, which we don't see, of course. Then you can type your caption in, and because we know who you are, because there's a cookie in your computer that says you're logged in, you can do your liking and voting. Not logged in, you can't even see the voting buttons. You can't even see the entry for typing in a caption if you're not logged in.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to capture a spam. To log in means going through the actual login process. That has to be spam proof. Mm-hmm. But once you're logged in, and if somebody doesn't want to make a Mokuhankan account, I'm sorry. I mean, this is a minimal barrier to entering this contest. And we're not harvesting spam emails for spam here.
Take the top 10 from each set of captions, and you, Dave, pick your favorite. That kills any chicanery.
Yeah, I get it. And a couple of people have already suggested that. But, Dave is really going to pick somebody. John, you didn't win because I didn't pick you, or whatever. Yeah. I really don't think I want to go that way. I don't like the idea about random drawing. Oh my God, we have to give it to that guy. I don't think it should be the hand of God there, hovering over these entries. I really don't think so. The problem then, of course, is people start to do captions that I think would tickle Dave's fancy, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, keep talking, whatever. Throw the ideas up.
Ask Fridge to do the drawing. Thanks, guys. How are you going to stop people from making multiple accounts? IP addresses you said you'd check, although
Whatever,
people can look on their phone, their
not-
tablet, their computer, their other computer.
I'm not too worried about this because at the end of the day, this is actually a skill contest. I mean, the captions have to be funny and
Yeah.
make sense. And if you've got a funny caption, put it in. I mean, what's the problem here? You know, what's the problem? This is not a random drawing. It's not a random drawing. It's a skill contest. So the idea of making 100 random accounts, setting up a robot to send in 100 random entries, doesn't work unless that robot can think of 100 instant captions.
If so, then I
And
think
if you yourself have more than one caption idea, enter them. There's no limit. If you have a Mokonkan account, you enter a caption. Oh my God, I think of a better one. Go ahead and enter it. But this is not. It's not a dump as many entries as you can just to win. The entries have to be quality entries.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not too worried about people opening 1,000 random accounts to do this, unless they have an artificial intelligence robot that's a lot smarter than I am. You know.
Yeah.
Am I overlooking something here? I don't know. Quite possibly.
I was more worried about people liking their own captions with a bunch of accounts. I'll make Cameron 1, Cameron 2, Cameron 3, Cameron 4 with garbage caption
but having
entries
said that,
to vote on
at the back of the system, I know who these people are.
Yeah.
If just, for example, John Becker has his normal John Becker account, he puts the caption in and it looks good, but it's not getting much traction. So John Becker decides to open account 2, account 3, account 4, and it's all voting on that single caption. I kind of think I know what's going on in the background.
Yeah.
This is not something that's going to happen in the bajillions that has no human. We're going to see this.
Yeah.
And if I see somebody dicking around with it, I'll just, oops, got deleted. I must have pressed the wrong button. Can't help that, can it? Oh well, who knows? Better luck next time.
Goodbye, alphabets.
Yeah.
And people don't need to cast in their votes at the time they submit their own captions, right? Because the first 5 people won't have other captions.
No, of course
to
not.
vote
Of course
on.
not. Of course
Okay,
not. It just simply it credits their account. They have a credit. If you put a caption in, you have a credit for 4 likes.
Got it.
Wait till the last day of the contest. I don't care. It doesn't matter at
Yeah.
all.
Cool.
No, of course not. First person in, there's nothing to vote for.
Yeah.
So actually, I should make that clear because it doesn't say that at the moment on the page. So it just says you've got four likes. Go ahead, go over there and use them. But I should make that clear. At some time of your choice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to use them before the close of the contest on November 6th. Blah 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 blah. That's also the timing too. The official anniversary is November the 1st, and we're getting there's not a whole lot of time left. So next week, so I might not even have this ready by November 1st. So what do we do for a time frame?
Yeah.
It might be if we open it near November 1st, and there's what's the next date? November 11th is my birthday. Should we do that? Should we have it in before? No, that's not good. I don't know.
I'll just pay off Cameron. Thanks, John Beck. I think I can be bribed.
Do you think you know how this works in the back code? So I'll obfuscate some of the code here. So, or I can put a private password on a given table inside the database, right? Tables are password protectable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I shouldn't have said it out loud.
You know, he's going to come to work in a fancy suit next week and a Mercedes out the back. And Cameron, you're coming up to the world, are you? So, about the password to our bank accounts.
Yeah. Oh, they're all empty. Oh no. Not. Are you on the last row?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But remember, there's more about this print. You know, we did a test printing on this a while ago, so probably a year ago. I don't even remember at this point. I did test printing of a version without the calligraphy, remember? And it looked okay, but it wasn't ready for prime time because the hair block, the woman's darker hair block, I screwed up. I cut the openings in the hair too wide. It looks like she has gray hair. So it's possible that before we can get our production version out into the world, I'm going to have to recarve that hair block, you know. We talked about this a while back. So please don't get excited. The Octopus print will be ready next week. It ain't going to happen next week.
Yeah. Especially because it still needs to also be printed. So
Printing won't be too bad. Oh, also, I chatted with the Twitch guys about that.
Oh.
They didn't know me or our work or anything. They'd just come, they saw the Twitch logo, as I said.
Yeah.
But they were here for about a half an hour, so we chatted. They saw what was going on, blah, 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 blah. They saw this block on my desk. We chatted about it. But then I thought I'd take the opportunity while they were here to ask them. They weren't official legal representatives of Twitch, just, they knew the culture and stuff. So I asked them, I showed them the print and talked about the idea that if we were printing it, it's going to show this quite outrageous sex act, outrageous to some people, outrageous sex act happening live on a Twitch stream.
Yeah.
And the guy said, okay, what you should do is before you do this, and write to blah, blah, blah over at he said they've got a help desk that is just ready, set up to do this, and that will give you advice on this. But having, I listened to that advice, but then I showed them the picture. I said, look, guys, this is not going to pass. Twitch is a family-friendly deal. I know mom and dad are watching TV, the young boys upstairs playing video games, watching a Twitch stream. There's lots of kids on your platform and clicking around, what's this, what's this, what's this, what's this. And as a father of two kids, little girls who were at one point 12 years old or whatever, I would not have wanted them to come across that stream,
image,
that kind of content. I have no problem myself with doing this project and making this, but I'm an adult,
Yeah.
And it's something that could be disturbing to a child. So I am not going to do the printing live on Twitch, period.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Twitch says, yeah, it's okay, go for it, mark this stream as mature, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. We are going to maybe, for the record of, to show how this was made, we're going to video some of it, I guess, and at some point make a video or make it available. But I should not be streaming that printing live, whether or not I get permission from Twitch. So we'll sort that out as we get to it. Well, you must be doing the same thing, Cameron, right? You've seen us doing this. You understand what the sexuality is, but I don't think you'd want children of yours seeing it in the wrong stage of their life. I think so. It's common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And whether or not it's just the internet, it's okay. I'm sorry, it's not okay.
Fly fish for one. The release of this print could really get nuts. I could see a report on CNN. But someone else just recently released it.
We announced this a couple of years ago, and since then there's been 2 people have beat me to market. There's 2 other groups in Japan have jumped onto this. The prints they have made are, whatever, I'll go on record, they are fucking awful. Just whatever, sorry. They're just grotesquely bad in their technical execution. They have jumped into the market, and they're not doing so well with them apparently because they have trouble, promoting it. You can't. So I don't care about that. I'm not worried about it. I don't think this will be a world-beating, oh my God, look what this person has done. The whole world's going to come to our door. I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
It will be another print in our catalog. It's not going to get a whole lot of attention. Pardon the language, but my God, I was so upset when I saw Shimoikun's print. Just, he's dragging us all down. Sorry, I shouldn't talk about it. Just dragging us all down. He could have been so good, I wonder if Casey's watching the stream this morning. The young man from Britain who was here training as an apprentice with Asuka-san.
Yeah.
Because he's the other way around. He is going to be so good, assuming he stays with it and keeps it going,
Yeah.
And he looks at Dave thinking, my God, it should be so much better, I'm proud of what we're doing and all the prints we're doing and stuff like that. But someone like Casey, if he does keep up with it, he's going to be a level above what we're doing. Absolutely. If he does carry through. Because he's learning this really the same way that the old guys did.
Yeah. When you talked to him, did he say he watches your Twitch?
No,
or
I
YouTube
didn't.
or
I don't
anything?
remember that any conversation. He must. He's read our book. He's watched YouTube's.
Yeah.
He should be watching this, whatever. Not to learn fine points of technique, because that's what he's learning over his normal place.
Yeah.
But just to see what's going on, He's a pleasant young man, and just funny for me to curse about Shimoikun and Casey-san. at the end of the day, he's looking at my work and thinking, Dave, that's not how it's done. Why don't you do it the right way? Whatever. There's historical legacy reasons for me not doing it the right way. And Casey-san has the chance to do it that way. So.
Mind to Matter Studio. Evening, everyone. Usually I just lurk, but I thought I'd say hi. Well, welcome. Hello. I see you have studio in your name. What do you make? Is this like photography studio, woodblock printmaking studio, something else? Tom 1060. Jumping back, Tom 1060 had another suggestion for prizes. Jumping back to that.
The contest, yeah.
You could make a pool of the first 3 for the first prize, and then take the 2 that are left in the 4th place. And the 4th place together for the second prize, and then add the 5th for the 3rd prize.
Wait.
Now I'm confused.
Lost me. I'm sorry.
Me too.
We had 5 different pools, actually.
Yeah.
5 different prints. They could all be pooled together.
Yeah. The first 3. Not sure.
I didn't follow the logic. I'm sorry.
Make a pool of the first 3 for the first prize, and then take the 2 that are left and the 4th place together for second prize, and then add the 5th for the 3rd prize, and so on. I'm not sure. Follow, but weird. Mind to Matter Studio says sculpting figures. Okay, like fandom figures. Interesting. Cool. So many different crafts and things people make and do.
The thing you're talking about is it's like one of the new ways to do elections. The classical way of having an election is the votes all come in and the person with the most votes wins, like the British first passed the post system. But there's many people trying to figure out a more fair way of having elections where you've got a pool of candidates and it's something like this. The top one goes through, and then how do you choose the next one? And now that there's many complex algorithms done to work, and it sounds like what he was describing was one of these.
Yeah.
What's our time, Cameron, son?
It is almost 9 o'clock. I was going to let you know once it hit 9. But if you'd like to pull out the box.
Yeah, just give me a few minutes here to get a bit more work on this, and we'll pull out the box.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's going to take half an hour, but we'll give it 15, 20 minutes or something.
Cool. Are you using old prints like we saw the other day? Where will the images come from? They're talking about for the contest, the 5.
Okay, again, this is still in flux. At the moment, for my test set of test pages, I have picked 5 images from our catalog.
Right.
Some classical ukiyo-e and some a little bit unknown ukiyo-e. The idea being that there's an ukiyo-e picture, Japanese woodblock print. And this is an interesting point too, because in the discussions around the building here about what will be good prints to make for the caption contest, there's a couple of ways to go with this. I know, the New Yorker, they do their thing, and it's always 2 people sitting on a couch talking, and there's no specific what are they doing. It's just conversation. You make up anything you want. We're not doing it this way, but if the print has too much of a specific activity, and that activity determines whatever, there's a man, there's a knife plunging in, there it is, there's a specific event happening, that kind of limits.
Yeah.
Or does it? I don't know. Am I overthinking this too much? When the event is too clear, it limits the amount of conversation you can make up on this.
Yeah.
I know Rose was talking about it. She says, no, Dave, you just here. There's a woman sitting there on the tatami mats looking at a flower. That's all you need. I'm like, just one person. There's no conversation. Dave, the possibilities are limitless. I guess so, but so what I've done is I picked 5. It's a mix. One of them is a woman by herself, blah, blah, blah. One is a specific, it's a kabuki scene where something is happening.
Yeah.
And one is a large, whatever. So I've tried to make a mix of stuff to cover all these sort of bases where what are they doing? It's clear what they're doing. Now, can you put a twist on this? Or what are they doing? Nobody knows. Just make up something out of the blue sky.
Yeah.
So I've tried to keep a mix of different possibilities here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Someone said, were you able to use that key block you acquired from a sale a little while ago? You said you were concerned about some bits on it. I think you just haven't had any chances to do any test printing. I remember it was a set with a key block and a bunch of colored blocks that looked
Just if it is, it's in the box, and anyway, there's no way that won't be open for. My God, I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The play time we have here at the moment is minus. Minus. I'm buying things like that when I see them, because at the moment it's just at some point this will be a really useful thing to have for our work, but I cannot just drop everything. It's squirrels. You know, I mean, life is just like that. You know, I mean, already we have too much of this in my life, but. So a lot of these things that we're showing on the stream like that, these are sort of quiet investments that at some point, someday, and maybe, you know, a lot of these things, it won't even be me. It's going to be whatever, the people down here. Yeah. So I hope that's understood. It's not that come back next week and we will have this print in our catalog. I'm sorry. We buy these things as the opportunities arise. The one I'm going to show today in a few minutes, this has nothing to do with our production. It is a set of old prints, beautifully made old prints, that is just going to quietly become a part of our collection, where we're going to be able to show people what they are, talk about what they are, and drop some jaws to the floor. That Wikipedia page you found the other day, is there an English version of it? Should we maybe
No, I looked on the side, they only had Japanese. I was hoping. I guess now that I know his name, I could Google around and see if there's any other. Yeah, that's a made-up name. Remember, it's an art name, or what do they call it, business name? So. Yeah. Huh. Portland Art Museum has an online collection with some of those prints in it. Looks like it. With one print. Never mind. What, from the collection we have today? You mean? What do you mean? No, it just said. Something has the same name. Someone's. The Fusui. Mm-hmm. The Smithsonian has a collection. We can find prints. Apparently, it's a oak-size Shunga collection. That's not what we have today, but also published by the same people in the Smithsonian Museum. But there's not much information about this publisher at all in English. After we talked about it the other day, after you showed me that Wikipedia page, I do remember that I sort of do know about this, but it's when we got the prints the other day, I didn't remember who it was. It wasn't up in my mind. Doysan would know exactly. It's right up his alley. It's in his database. So he would have known what these were, but I didn't remember it. Can you pass me the box, sir, please? This one, right? Yeah. I'd like to learn more about this box too. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Interesting. Very different from the rest. Yeah, this is on a persimmon juice. Yeah, it's not fabric. No. Yeah, I'm just showing that it's totally different from most. It's paper. It's washi paper laid on in some kind of strips or folded in strips. I have no idea. It's a decorative paper coated with persimmon juice to help make it, water. We could actually spray water on it. It's paper that's now become waterproofed by this persimmon juice coating on it. Yeah. That was the cover. I've never seen one like this before. Anyway, long story short, are we on some version of whatever. This is an auction that came up, not in the dealer wholesale auctions. I wasn't alerted to that. This is an auction that came up on public Yahoo auctions. And it must have been whatever. This arrived Tuesday, so I paid for it. It must have been like on the weekend or something, Friday night or Saturday. You didn't know about this, so it must have happened over the weekend. Yeah. It hit one of my alerts, an alert button. I have alerts in there for the standard stuff, Mokohanga, Ukiyo, blah, 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 blah. And I've also got alerts in for some other stuff, because people sometimes spell Mokohanga wrong, or they kids get these things, they don't know what they are, and they just ran it. So I've got some very interesting keywords that sometimes pop up things. This wasn't one of those. This was a standard alert
for ukiyo-e mokuhanga. So I saw it, and a ton of other people must have seen it. It's for an auction of 36 woodblock prints designed by Utamoto in the 1790s. It's a collection of Utamoto prints from different series, but all of the same type, a full woman's head. It's well, they're not all okubie, but they're all, the full standard head. And the opening price was 28,000 yen, which in dollars is about, whatever.
250.
250 to 300, whatever, depending on the exchange. Just pushing us 1-to-1 again, so whatever.
Yeah.
And nobody had bid on it by the time I saw it. And it was ending, whatever. Like I said, it ended over the weekend. And the photography was not great. It showed that these were Utamoto pictures. He showed actually all 36 all down the line, and then put a close-up blurred of one. And it really wasn't clear what they are. The packaging was, well, as you'll see, I should open these things and talk about them. Actually, can you take this? I don't want to sit here with the box. Let me just take the prints out of it, Cameron. Hang on a second. Okay, I've got the prints. Can you take the box away, please? And it's a bit fragile. I don't want to. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Look, so the guy had put some pictures in of what we see like this, and the packaging is ripped and torn, and it covers the edges of the print, so you can't see the print, and that's what the photographs were like. So I'm looking at these things. And the number one fear when you're looking at an unknown object in a Yahoo auction like this is these are what we call insatsubutsu. Yeah. Like all the newspapers publish free giveaways of pictures of famous Utamoto prints. And they've been doing this for 100 years. So this could easily, the fact that we're here telling a story, you know where this is going. These are woodblock prints. But I couldn't tell from the photography whether they were real woodblock prints or whether they were printed copies. And the fact that it was a higher price doesn't tell me anything, because the guy who got it
doesn't know
either, whatever. But this was sitting there. Kaneko Fusui Ban Sanju Go Mai. It's somebody's name. Kaneko is the last name, Fusui. And this is an art name. This is a made-up name. It would never be a human name. And it says 35. And actually there were 36 pictures. So already we've got some confusion here about, is this legit? Is it cool? Whatever. And this is beaten up, and some of them are more beaten up. Some of them are okay. The covering is like this, it's okay. And some of them, as you'll see when we go through this, are really, really torn up. But the photography, when you look at it, and if I can zoom in a little bit here, it seemed to be how close can we go before blurring here?
Pretty far.
Are we almost at the limit here? That's got to be it somewhere in there, Karen?
I think even closer. I think it usually gets to 12 times or so. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, there we go. A bit too far. Just a minute, guys. Let me back off.
There it is.
Where's my finger? Here's a finger. These things are carved with some delicacy here. These nice. In fact, this one on top is not actually a very prime example of what's in this set. Let me just jump through randomly. Here we go. Just randomly jumping down here. Let me substitute something else here for a second.
This
I'll tear these things. Excuse me a minute. This is carving to die for. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this up at the top here. Now what you're seeing, this is not one block, this is 3 blocks. The hair that goes to the end is the key block. The darker hair coming down on top of it, matching stroke for stroke, is the darker hair block. And in the middle is a grey block. And they haven't been perfect. The edge of the grey block is actually visible. And in perfect work, that would be invisible. It would be feathered out invisibly. But...
holy smokes, Batman.
whatever. But whatever. Anyway, I could not see this level on the auction photographs. They were zoomed, whatever, a little 72 DPI JPEG and whatever. And nobody bid on this. And it came closer to the auction, last 10 minutes, last 5 minutes. We go inside the last 5-minute border and no one's bid. And I'm thinking, what do these people know that I don't know? Because this looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
28,000 yen for a package of 36 prints. That's less than 800 yen each. If they do turn out to be woodblock prints, then we're okay. If it turns out to be just not photocopies, but printed matter, then I have wasted $300. And I could not tell from the pictures. I clicked the button. It's my own money, right? I clicked the button. Yeah. And this is the most fantastic thing. These are, you know where the story's going. They are wood-bought prints. They are, Cameron and I, we've done a bit more research. Yeah. Cameron has done a bit more research for me. Kaneko Fusui was a publisher. Late Meiji, early Taisho, probably gone by the Showa. I'm really not sure. I'm sorry. So we're talking about exactly 100 years ago from now. This is 2019. Yeah. This would have been 1919. I don't know the exact dates this guy was doing this. Right. There's a fragments of information on Wikipedia, and the person, he died right like up to 1960, so he must have been really young when he did this.
Yeah, and then did something else.
And then left, So here we are. This was a published set of wood-bought prints in about exactly 100 years ago. Let me zoom a bit more. So let's go through a bunch first, larger scale, then zoom in. And they're a set of 36, and it's just carving to die for. One after the other, after the other. I'll just maybe if I pass them over a bit. And some of the images I had never actually seen before. He's gone back. He hasn't just taken Utamoto's top hits. In fact, very few of these are top hits. He's gone into Utamoto's catalog and picked stuff that I'd never seen before. And some of these I thought, did he make this up or is it really an Utamoto? And they're beautifully, beautifully, beautifully done. Even the colors, look, they've tapered it in from the side. It's not just flat purple. What they've done is, early Takamizawa used to do this also. It might be printed with a base lilac tone. Then on top they've used an atenashi bokashi, a gradation with no fixed size, to make it look like the thing has aged and toned. Yeah. And that's the way sometimes they do. They tone from the edges like this and leave a darker color. This is artificial. It's not real aging. It's printed in a way. And the paper is jet smooth. And yet on the back, it shows no traces that it's been rubbed flat with a baren. Sometimes for us, we press our paper or we rub the back with a baren to make it flat before we start printing. This is jet smooth with no secondary calendaring. The paper was just made that smooth to start with. And we just flipped through these 36, one after the other, after the other, after the other.
I want one of these for my caption contest prize. For fun size.
Nope, these are not leaving this building. They've been sleeping peacefully for 100 years. They've escaped earthquakes. They've escaped the war. These must have been out of Tokyo, because that's it. Everything from that era in Tokyo got shaken to death or incinerated during the war. So these would have been kept maybe somewhere in the country. And it just goes on and on and on and on.
All from different series.
Yeah, they're all different series. Yeah. Like I said, it's from Utamoto. Well, the catalog has thousands, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And this publisher does something he hasn't cherry picked the famous ones. Yeah. And they're cool. There's images there I've never seen before. And just, I mean, look at the gradation, the color. Oh. And mostly it's the carving. I'm green with envy. This is difficult, There's sort of two kinds of carving represented here. There's the standard ukiyo-e carving, where am I? Like this, look. You're carving these lines, your knife comes out, sa. You carve again, sa. Sa. So it's no problem. Your knife can move freely past the line. This type, it's called yaege. The carving isn't like that. You've got boundary lines, and the next group curls up onto that line. So as you're carving, my fingers are too big to demonstrate this. What can I do? This knife is too big to demonstrate. I can't. As you're sort of carving these fine lines, instead of carving freely out into the world, you have to stop exactly at that line. So you've got to come to a 0 point, make it invisible at the exact defined point of that line. Yeah. I mean, come on. I've done one like this, but give me a break.
They asked, say that again, what was this called? Yae?
Gale hair, yeah, and I don't know the derivation of the word, And this is not an ukiyo-e carving technical term. It's the hairdressing term, the way the hair comes up with each other. And I don't know the K.
But are those teeth that come out different ways? So maybe it's the same.
I don't know, Cameron. All I know the word because I've heard carvers talk about it. That's all I know. I'm sorry, I don't know the derivation.
Layers or something. I don't know.
Well, this is a classic image. This is a classic.
Yeah.
Look at the double layer. What you're seeing here, there's 2 layers, 2 blocks that have been lined up. The very end of these lines are on the key blocks, faint. And then on top of them, the one to print the black also has the same hair carved. They end somewhere around here to show you can see it.
Yeah.
They're ending somewhere on there, but they blend out so much so that you can. Now, it's not perfect over here. They haven't got it quite lined up. Look at this. The fine ones are okay, but the fat ones are a bit too fat. And you can see, look at this one. There's a real fat one there. This is not God working here. This is a guy who has been in a hurry and he's gone chomp, 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 chomp. But come on, come on, come on. There's also some examples here. Let me try and find one. Kakita tokoro ga oi desu. Let me see if I can find one. Hang on a second. Take that. Everyone, they just get better and better and better. 36 of these things. We opened this package and I just had to run to the bathroom. I mean, just oh my God.
Vivid kitty. Dang that fat hair. Tear it up. Just destroy the whole thing. Because of the one fat hair. That is wild.
And look at it. These cross the line. They cross that line.
But it's the same block.
It's the same block.
Oh.
Here we are. There's a pop. Can you see it? Okay. Well, actually, let me find a better example. There's got to be a better example. There's lots of them broken here. Let me find that one.
Got it.
This one. Oops, I'm not even on camera. Hang on a sec. Camera, 36 of these things. I'm not even a quarter of the way down the pile yet. Here we are, right, an example. Okay. Okay, let's go around the side here. Where are we? There's the camera. Okay. Look at the size of my finger. There we are, the hair goes around. Again, the bottom gray, they've left that bottom gray a little bit too. That bottom gray should have been a bit more invisible. Dave Bull critiquing this here like I could do better. I was hoping to find an example. Some of these examples is a line that's popped out. It's split. I was hoping to... Here we are. We've got one. Okay. Let me try and line it up. Here we go. Can we see it? Here we are. Okay. As I said before, when you're carving like this, the knife just comes out into the open world. You're okay. The hairs don't actually have to end all exactly the same place. And variation is a bit more natural. They don't end in a straight line. Mm-hmm. But over here, these things, of course, these hairs all have to end exactly at that line. Now, these ones are not tapered, so it's okay. They do end at the line. But over here, these have to taper and end exactly at this line. And here we go. He's missed one. He's popped it out. He's cut the line first, then carving the hairs one by one by one. He's come here. He's gone a tiny bit too far. And the line is popped out and missing there. Start all over again.
Buy some books.
Buy some.
Yokoyama Garo. The sender's name.
I don't remember what I bought. I don't remember. What is it? Auction stuff?
That would make the most sense. I've never heard that name.
Oh, I know what that is. Yeah. It's nothing special. Okay. I know. It's another Yahoo auction. It's a mix of Adachi and Takamizawa sets. Like a set of 25, but there's only 3 left.
Oh.
The next one is a set of 40. There's only 4 left. So this is 5 different sets.
Broken sets.
The packages with just a few prints left in each one. So it's a real. And I paid almost nothing for it.
Nice.
Because these are the ones left over after somebody has cherry picked, somebody else has cherry picked, somebody else has cherry picked. So that's going to be nothing to write home about.
Yeah. So you open it and find out the hair is micrometers.
Yeah. And this next one, this is another reason why perhaps this package didn't attract a high price on auction, because it looks totally beaten up. Now, we are going to, this is a bit of a conundrum for me. This is Taisho era packaging, and these backboards are not in any way acid-free backboards. They're toning heavily on the outside. These prints, for good longevity, should come off this. But having said that, they've been in there for 100 years, and these do not look so bad.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of foxing and stuff on these things. But I would like to get them off the backboards, have them preserved individually, but they're glued on really strongly at the top. So I could get them off by destroying the backboards, by cutting at the ends, soaking it, floating them off. But that would destroy the packaging. But there's also antique value in this packaging.
Yeah.
It's 100-year-old stuff, and we rarely see this. So I don't want to destroy the packaging, but I do want to preserve the prints in a bit of a better environment than they're currently being preserved in. We're just flipping through. Any given one of these prints should get hours of examination, and we're just flipping through. They're not perfect. There's some tamari in here. The carving is a better level than the printing. We've got quite a bit of tamari on this one, in here too. This is blotted. So this is not, this is not God level work, but give me a break, give me a break. Oh, this is interesting. This one is interesting. I have done this one myself. This Utamaro print, I've reproduced it myself in my own Shikinobijin series. And this one, as it happens, out of all these 36 prints, this one is not made very well. Look at these. We can zoom in here, and my copy, I should have brought it down to get ready, my copy is better. So this is cool, this fabulous Taisho era set with all that glorious level of work. And look at this, they've missed it.
Yeah.
And this is the carving, it's not just misrepresented in the printing. The two blocks do not line up here well. The darker level of black and the smaller level do not line up here well. So when I open this one, oh my God, mine is better. So we can do a real nice exhibition. We can show 35 of these prints, and then show Dave's, how Dave's is better. It's too bad, it's really strange. Yeah. Well, there's another aspect to it. On each one of these prints, there's a name. Can I find it? Here we are. We have the mark that says, do not copy these things. And then we have here, this is on a Fu Sui Ga. This is Kobo no Ko desho, Ga.
Yeah,
Ka.
Kobo.
This is Ka as a drawing, Ka. Kabo, Ka.
Oh, it's pain.
But Kabo wouldn't be right. Fusui Kabo, Hakko. Yeah, it would be. Okay, this is picture, workshop. And this is Hakko, publishing, sending out. And it's a different kanji. So Fusui Ga. Kabo would be the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Kabo.
And then Hakko.
Hakko. And then below this we have the craftsman's names. And it's exactly the same on every one of these prints. And there's something it mentions Hori, it's Takano.
No? Or no, what is it? It's
Shichisuke. Nanaske. Nanaske, Shichisuke. How would you pronounce it? Nanaske. Suke, sure. That would be pronounced. It looks like se, ten. It was su.
Before I think it's one of the no's, one of the older no, that middle one. There's nana, no, ske.
I don't know. Anyways, Takano Hori. I've never heard this name. Yeah. It's long before my time. Yeah. But the suri, I can read. It's Ono, and it's Fusaburo, sure? Or Tomisaburo. Tomisaburo.
Yeah.
Now this is interesting because I've never heard this name, but Ono. We know Ono Gintaro. Yeah. He's the main printer who worked on the Hasui prints in the post-war period. He's in that movie we have of the Watanabe Company. Mm-hmm. And this, I guess, would be his father. Yeah. Or his father's workshop. And the same thing, this is a set of 36 prints, and we just have two names. But almost certainly, the two men did not sit there and make all these prints all by themselves. The name you see there represents the workshop.
Yeah.
So the printing was done by Ono-san's workshop, Oni Tomisaburo's workshop. And there could be a dozen guys slaving away printing.
Yeah.
Not just apprentices, workers, just people working there. And the work they done doesn't get their own name. It's like Iwano-san. Iwano-san's name is on the paper. He doesn't make it all himself. His son makes it, his granddaughter's working on it now, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The master's name goes on the work, but who actually did this? So that print we saw a minute ago, it wasn't quite so nicely carved and printed. Whatever, somebody down in the workshop, did that.
Did the Japanese person join us? I see a message that says the family species. It's very beautiful.
But and the name is in white, so I can't take
white on a white background.
White on a white background, so I can't see. Oops. Ananda-san, no idea.
Okay. Oh, they're also hosting us. So thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Japanese or speak Japanese.
And it just goes on and on and on. It's insane. It's insane. Not to run too much on the money thing, but as I said, it cost 28,000 yen for 36 prints, which, what's the math? It's just not quite 800 yen per print. But no, they will not be for sale. We can sell these for 2,000 yen and triple our money. What do you think? Should we do that? What do you think?
No.
These prints are not leaving this building. Sorry, guys.
So you can let them know. Why is the background look pockmarked here and there? Is it wanted texture? Is it?
I'm not sure. We're talking about a couple of things. In this one, there's mica powder on most of these, and these lines you're seeing. This is the structure of the paper. They're called su no me. Su is the net that paper is rocked on, and those lines are left behind in traditional paper. Is that what you meant? I'm not sure. Why does the background look pockmarked? Some places, the last one, the mica powder I think is coming off in some places.
Where?
Is it wearing out? I'm not sure. There's the edge of the sheet.
This one has it a little bit more.
Oh yeah. That looks like it. Yeah. Here, is that it? It looks like the surface of the moon here. Is that the thing? So this is not done very well. And what they've done is this is a kind of mica that is brushed on with a brush. Sometimes we print Nikawa and we dust mica powder over the surface. Sometimes you mix your mica powder with paste and glue and you print it on. Sometimes you mix it with a creamy powder and you brush it on. This is brushed on. So after the printing was finished, they cut a mask which covered the areas you didn't want, an actual mask made of paper, and then they brushed on the cream part with all these different masks left there. And you can see there's some brush strokes here. They didn't get enough mica at the edge here. It's already disappeared and fallen off. And in some cases, what would happen is the calligraphy outside is on a separate block and it's printed on after the mica powder goes on. This is not. They've left it on the key block, and the mica powder thing has been a very weak, watery version, and the calligraphy just shows through. That's not a really good way to do it.
But also cutting a mask.
Well, you can't. You've got to print it. You've got to
hard.
print it on afterwards. So set it back. Here, this is one. This is on printed on afterwards. Here you go. It's thick, rich, dark black. This is the normal, and it's on the same block maybe as the hair. I don't know. Shit, this might be the finest one we've seen so far. I don't know, just whatever. It just keeps going on. This is the most boring stream we've ever done. Sorry, but just one after the other after the other.
Get it a little bit more. Here we go. Slowly. Here's some fine cut.
Not so sure about her eyes. I guess that's her tomorrow. Is this lady tipsy or whatever? I don't know. No idea. I don't know the background to the image. Oh, look at the length of these. No, stay. This is tough. Look at the length of them. You know, when you're carving, like, where are we here?
Yeah, that's right.
When we're down here like this is okay. You've got your knife going, you slice. Okay, I'm out of it. Good slice. Okay, I'm out of it. It's kind of easy to keep them straight. But when it's this long, Where's my guy? I'm getting tangled up here. Ow. Help me here. What's going on? Just take that one out of there. Here. When they're this long, you've got to start carving here, and you've got to keep it up. Here I go. I'm out, I'm okay. I'm not getting too close to the next one. I'm going out. I'm okay. Oh, good, made it. Hi, next one. Okay, now I can't get too close to the next one. Side by side. Here I go, carving. Look at the length of these damn things. This is a killer. This is where I'm out of here. Sorry, no question. This is way above, with any kind of microscope. This is way above what I can do, ever, at any level of my career. I'm sorry. I bow my head. This guy can do it. And look at this. There's a loose hair on the brush. The printer screwed it up. One of his brush hairs fell out while he was printing, fell across the block, and he printed on top of his brush hair. I gotta show this to Sugi-san. She'll just go, ah, and they published it.
Where's I not?
Whatever. This is where I get off the bus. Sorry. I take my hat off, give it to this guy.
Are those loose strands, are those the same block? Because putting those across those
No, we've got three blocks here. One block is the delicate hair on the key block.
Okay.
And these are on the same block as that, I think.
Okay.
And then we have because they're impressed across.
Okay, they are. I just
This is different. These are the black ones that are on the same block as the hair, because they don't cross those hairs.
Okay.
This one, I don't see where this.
That can't be easy
No.
either.
I'd have to get under the scope. These seem to come off, and that's a separate block. Then these come through, and that's the same block as the darker over here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this corner right here, this is it. This is where Dave hangs his hat and says, "You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Wow.
I'll buy you a beer. And can I watch next time you do this?"
Yeah.
Okay, look, it's 9:30. I got to get out of here. There's more. It just keeps going down and down and down and down. But it's the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. Sorry to be a bit too enthusiastic about this. I don't know what we can do with these prints. They're just going to go into our collection at some point in the future. Whatever, there will be some kind of nice exhibition made. And we need to have a lens in front of one of the prints at the exhibition so people can look down and see what it is. And we'll try and learn more about the men who made this so we can talk about their work, you know.
Yeah.
It's just not the hair, it's everywhere. The thing in the background here, just this little unimportant part of and the lines are so nicely, this is so difficult to do. It's so difficult just to get them clean and smooth and thin.
Dave will enjoy these prints with a nice bottle of sake or whiskey tonight.
No, no, thanks. I can enjoy them best just the way it's like I am right now.
Yeah.
You know, just right now. Okay, thanks very much, guys. I know we can't even get through them all. Whatever. What's the plan here? Today's Thursday morning. Next stream will be Saturday morning. I will be, I guess, perhaps just carving the last level of this calligraphy, or maybe I'll be on the next project. I don't know. Who knows? It's too far away to tell. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining us. And over and out. Let's sign off. See you on Saturday morning. For me, it's party time. Woohoo! Where's the button here?
Stop streaming.
Thanks, guys. I'll now hit the stop streaming button if I can find it. It's all sideways here. Ready? See you next time.